Hello everyone, Tim and Gaming, and today I have the pleasure to bring you another one of my Call of Duty Black Ops 2 gameplay commentaries. However, today's gameplay commentary is going to be a teensy bit different because, as you can see, this gameplay is not from a public match, it is from a private match, and we are having a 3v3 KSG off on the map Standoff, and we are playing a bit of capture the flag. And you know, private matches are really fun just to drop into every now and again, because you get into a bit of a rut when you're playing public matches. Sometimes you just use the same classes or you play the same game modes and you just smash it off. And we're in a very successful party. I mean, I roll with some guys who are absolutely ridiculous, and we go on some stupidly long winning streaks, and we go night after night after night, and the only time we lose is when the connection drops or when we join a game late. It's just one of those things when you get into a party that good and you just stomp people, and every now and again it's nice to try something different, and that was such a jammy kill. I can't believe I got that guy there, but this is a really nice way to do it every now and again. But you got to be careful you don't do it too much, because once again it's all about variety, and they always say that a change is as good as a rest. And if you go out and play too much public matches and then go too far the other way and play too much private matches, they can get a little bit stale as well. So it's always good in Call of Duty to keep things a little bit different. Don't just play domination all day. Play a bit of hardpoint, play a few public matches, private matches, league play. I've done loads of commentaries over the past week or so talking about a variety of different game modes and all sorts you can do, and this is another option you can do here. So I hope you enjoy the gameplay in the background. It's pretty fun to watch. Get some pretty sweet jump shot kills in a bit as well. Absolutely pwn Gibbo in a few kills time, so that's always interesting to watch. But today's commentary is not going to be about the gameplay, it's going to be about smack talkers. And the context of this is, I was playing a game last night. It was just me and James in the lobby, just a two-man party, and we were winning the games fairly easily. And all of a sudden, this one guy came in. He was a first prestige. He was nothing special, and he came in running his mouth, smack talking, saying, "Oh, I'm gonna smash you. I'm gonna beat you. You guys suck. Oh, the only reason you won is because I joined the game late. You wait. Next game, I'm gonna smash you." And if you guys follow me on Twitter, and you know me, I always like to take a fantastic opportunity to plug my Twitter account. The link is TheTMMGamer. It's in the description if you want to see that. But this guy came in, smack talking, running his mouth, and then all of a sudden he rage quit about 3 minutes into the game when I called my second VSAT in, with James sitting on his second VSAT ready to call in after mine, and he rage quit and then ran off, and it is absolutely hilarious. And what was even funnier after that, James sent him a message saying, "You're not smack talking anymore, are you? We managed to pretty badly beast you." And he replied with the pretty much standard reply for every single smack talker on the wrong end of a beasting, which is, "Oh, come and challenge me in a 1v1. And that is the most pointless thing you could ask to do in Call of Duty, because Call of Duty is absolutely nothing to do with 1v1s on a massive map. I reckon I could beat pretty much any professional player in a 1v1, because all I have to do is just run a silenced weapon, get lucky in that first kill, and hide for the rest of the game. Now, that doesn't mean I'm better at them in Call of Duty. In fact, I'm going to tell you right now that Farico's Karma is a much better player than I am. But I could quite easily sneak a dodgy victory in a 1v1. It's completely meaningless. I don't think people understand this. Being good at Call of Duty isn't being able to outfox a guy in a 1v1 on a massive map like Standoff. Because could you imagine how boring a 1v1 match on Standoff would be? 95% of the time would be spent wandering around having no idea where the other player is. And then all of a sudden you get shot in the backside for no apparent reason, just through dodginess or luck. And that is not a good indicator of what a good Call of Duty player is. A good Call of Duty player has to know the spawn locations, has to know traffic areas, has to know the flow of the maps and cunning little head glitches or cunning jump spots and all this sort of stuff. Gun skill and one-on-one combat is a very small part of what makes a good Call of Duty player. And I know that sounds very strange, but it's true. I mean, if you watch the COD Championships over the last weekend, obviously the $1 million tournament, the massive, huge Call of Duty tournament, and you saw so many world-class Call of Duty players come out and go to that. And this is the jump shot right here, actually. Oh, get mowed, Gibbo. That is delicious jump shot. Sorry, I just had to point that out. I was really pleased with that kill, as you can probably tell. But if you spend a lot of time watching MLG, you begin to realise that most of the players in that have pretty comparable gun skill. They wouldn't have got on a pro team if they didn't have good accuracy. what separates the Faricos and the Optic Gamings from the slightly lesser teams is their insane communication, their great teamwork, their map knowledge, their sneaky little plays. And I mean, I remember watching a Search and Destroy game on this very map Standoff in a previous tournament, MLG Dallas, and I saw so many random jump shots and insane little wall bangs and head glitches that I mean, I've played a lot of Call of Duty, and I feel like I've got a pretty solid map knowledge. You know, I know where I'm going, I know all the traffic spawns and locations, but I watched these pro games playing. I was actually watching Farico, and the amount of things they managed to pull out astounded me. And this is the difference between, you know, a 9 out of 10 player and, you know, Farico Karma or Optic Nade Shot, you know, that real elite player. It isn't just how good their gun skill is, it's the entire package. And this is what really makes me laugh about these, you know, smack talkers and whatever. They have absolutely no idea what makes a good Call of Duty player. They come in and they get absolutely whacked in public matches. They get whacked and then they come back and say, well, you couldn't beat me in a one-on-one. It's like, well, who cares? It is absolutely, completely and utterly irrelevant to how good a Call of Duty player you are. Because like I said earlier, anyone could get a dodgy victory over someone better than them in a 1v1. You know, I could just camp in the corner with a claymore, head glitching, waiting for you to run around the corner, sneak an absolutely dodgy kill and then hide. And would that mean I'm better than the pro player? Of course it wouldn't. I mean, it's just, it's so brainless to even say that. It's untrue, but you know, this is the mentality of the average Call of Duty smack talk, and I don't know what it is about Call of Duty, but it really does manage to bring the most moronic side of humanity out, because you get these kids come in and talk absolute rubbish. And the one that always makes me laugh is they come into a lobby and, you know, say you're gonna get battered and say you're rubbish at Call of Duty and say, oh, we're much better than you are and we're gonna give you a pasting. And then they get on the wrong side of a beating and come back and say, oh, you're so sad, you need to get out more, you play too much Call of Duty. But hang on, you were saying that you were better than me, and if you would have won, you would have been praised for being good at Call of Duty. But now that I've beaten you, I'm sad and I need to get out more, even though you were saying it would be a good thing to be good at Call of Duty. And you know, if you actually say these things to their face, they act so confused, and their tiny brains try and process the information furiously, and it is absolutely hilarious. So, guys, I hope you've enjoyed this commentary. It's a little bit random and irreverent, but I just felt it'd be quite funny to talk about, because the guy last night really did crack me up, and he just shows a wider trend of these people, and you run into them all the time. And the best thing about Call of Duty in occasions like this is just to laugh at them and to come back and say things like I've mentioned here and just mess with their heads, because they don't have answers for it. And they sit there and they go stuttering away, and it's absolutely hilarious. So guys, I really hope you've enjoyed the gameplay. You know, unfortunately, we didn't manage to pull off the capture the flag victory. We had so many close runs. You know, got to within like 5 or 10 meters of the flag time after time after time, and kept getting shot. But you know, private matches, it doesn't really matter. I managed to get some absolutely awesome jump shot kills on a couple of people, so I was really pleased with that. But guys, once again, thank you so much for watching the gameplay. I really hope you've enjoyed the commentary, and as always, have a great day.